What's up? Today we are talking about the natural hair journey. We're talking about products, we're talking about costs, we're talking about regimens, we're talking about styling. Let's get into it. So, tip number one is going to be length retention. So, every single person on their journey has a goal. Whether your goal is to have long hair, which is why I put it as the topic. It is to have fuller hair, thicker hair, shiny hair, healthy hair, whatever it is. Majority of women that I have worked with or just talked to about natural hair, everyone wants to be like waist length. Everybody wants their hair to be down here and they want it to be the real, right? But what does it take to actually get there? So length retention is one of the most important aspects to me of natural hair care because it shows me if you're actually maintaining the growth that we're creating. Our hair is constantly growing from our scalp, but if it is breaking up the shaft consistently, we're working against ourselves at that point. So it's crucial for you to keep healthy, moisturized hair, and protective styling. Those are the two things that I would say are top tier when it comes to actually retaining length. So protective style is going to be something like braids. It can be a sew-in. It can be a fake sew-in with clip-ins, like how I do, or twists, buns. It just really depends on your regimen and your preference. Okay, but all those things are really going to help you protect your ends, and essentially, the key to length retention is protecting your ends. So number two is going to be products. I preach about products. Products is the foundation of your entire regimen, which is the second part to you actually being able to achieve your goals. So, your regimen needs to consist of products that have ingredients that align to the goals that you have for your hair. So, if your goal is to just have hydrated hair, and you want it to be moisturized, you just need to make sure you have the most bomb leave-in conditioner, and make sure that that is what you're putting into your hair. Even when you're protective styling, you need to choose your products accordingly, because when you're putting your hair away for such a long time, if it's not moisturized, remember what I said, the key to length retention. If your hair's not moisturized and it's just in there, when you're taking it out, you are going to see more breakage than necessary. So you're going to want to look for products that are, of course, free of all the chemicals, all the sulfates, all the parabens, all the gunk. And you're just going to really want to focus on things that include different butters, different oils, that are light and coating and penetrating, not just sealing the lack of moisture in your hair. Okay, so products. So, of course, in addition to finding the best products for your hair and your goals, now you're going to want to take those products and incorporate them into your regimen. So, whether that is we're washing once a week, we are deep conditioning once a week, we are oiling our scalp every day or every other day, we are regimen. Consistency, regimen, key. Do what works for you. Don't make it overwhelming. Make it easy. If you've never read the book Atomic Habits, listen to it because it really teaches you how you can simplify your routines and your habits to make them achievable so that you can actually get to your goals. So, of course, now that we have our products and our regimen, right? Now it's time to get the best tools and techniques to really just hone in everything that we've got so that we're really set up for success with our goals. So whether that is, okay, we finger detangle instead of using a detangling brush, we use a heated cap on our deep conditioning treatments, or we're using a steamer and we're openly applying the product to our hair in steam. Whatever your technique is, whatever your tool is, utilize the tools and techniques to simplify the routine as a whole, and then it will really make it easy and you'll really see progress in your goals. All right, so the next one is going to be costs. Now, I know everyone always talks about how natural hair care is so expensive, but it does not have to be. I believe that when you're investing in the right things and you know what you're seeking before you're investing, you're knowledgeable about what you're buying, you're being a conscious consumer. This is something I really like to teach my clients because I always hear that, oh, well, I don't want to spend that much money. I don't, da 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 da. That's okay. We can use what you have, but you still need to invest in your knowledge in terms of what you're doing. So, for example, I have raw hair extensions. Normally, when I've gotten hair extensions in the past, I would get it from the beauty supply store. I would use it once and then I'm done with the hair. I have reinstalled this hair at least 6 or 7 times. I think this is my 7th install, and they're clip-ins, guys. It's not even like I'm using a full weft. This is not a full sew-in. That's something I invested in. It cost me a couple $100s for the hair, but I'm not spending $100 every single time I need hair. I can wash it and deep condition it, reuse it, so I'm recycling, and then I'm not having to go to a stylist and pay $200 to $300 just to get a service done. So if you are investing in the beginning because you know what your goals are, you're not going to be spending all that money. Deep conditioning treatments, if you don't know, now you know. I use aloe. I use aloe on my hair all the time. Or if I am investing in a brand, it has to be something that I love. I'm not scared or I'm not intimidated to pay for something that I know is going to help me get to my goal. So you have to remember that your self-care and the cost that it costs essentially to maintain yourself and your beauty and your confidence, that's up to you. You don't have to allow anybody to dictate that. You don't have to look a certain way. You just have to make sure that you're finding the most affordable options for you to get you to your goals. Okay, so my last tip, number 6, is time. Everybody talks about, oh, I don't want natural hair, or I can't be natural because it takes so much time and yada yada yada. I want you to understand that most women that go natural, we don't spend that much time on our hair. We find the loopholes. I literally wake up, I brush this hair out, and I go. Being natural is not always about wearing your natural hair out. I will give, not to use Beyonce as an example, but she's a perfectly good example. Everyone used to talk about her hair, how she would wear weaves and wigs and da-da-da, spend so much money on her appearance, but you see that length retention, and she has color treated hair. That is such a rarity in our community and in the industry, specifically with textured hair, to have such long color treated, chemically treated hair. So if you're just natural and you're just protecting your hair, making sure that we're taking care of our leave out, if we have leave out or whatever the case may be, making sure we're protecting and providing our hair the nourishment that it needs prior to a protective style, you're not going to be spending a ton of time on your hair. You're not going to be spending a bunch of money on your hair. And realistically, it's going to be such not a thought that you will feel free and more, and you'll have more time on your hands to be able to do other things like your skincare, read a book, listen to a podcast, something else. Because as a woman of color, I have been like stifled by my own hair. I used to not work out because I didn't want to have to wash my hair and do all these different things. I used to avoid just being out in the sun, and I live in Florida, guys. It's hot. So don't allow your hair to dictate your life. So my final takeaway is just please be patient with yourself along your journey. Invest in your self-care and your rituals and routines. Do not compare yourself to anybody, and be brave and bold when you're experimenting with new hairstyles. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video so that you will have more access to our exclusive content. Thank you so much for watching.